Hello and welcome back to The Forge. I'm the Artsmith and today I'll be showcasing my process in the making of the Firestarter line for my hypothetical Pokemon region. To catch you up to speed, I'm making these starters prehistoric themed, and possibly the whole region too? I don't know, we'll see about that. Alright, let's get into it. In the last video, I introduced you guys to the unifying theme of my 3 starters. That being that they choose you and follow you home. However, I gave it a twist. Despite the utter adorableness these starters exude, it is very rare for a trainer to accept them for their defects. In the Firestarter's case, it follows you home much like a stray puppy would, with its tongue hanging out and everything. I named this little dude Tindoro, combining Tinder and Toro. It's based off of Incarnate, or otherwise known as the bull lizard. I wanted to stick to the hypothetical theme that all Firestarters are based on the Chinese zodiac, and found that this was the perfect way to make a dinosaur fit into it. So here's my very scaly, bipedal, bull Firestarter. So I had the animal. All that was left was to make it feel like a Firestarter. This was actually the first out of all the starters that I made, so you'll see me experimenting with how I wanted to capture the Pokemon style. I thought the obvious thing to do was to have smoke coming out of its nostrils like a bull, but it just felt like something was missing. It was just too bland. I started thinking about how I could tie fire into the bull imagery I was working with. Then it hit me. Jet thrusters. It's perfect. A bull likes charging, and what better way to improve that than by strapping a rocket booster to its butt? So yeah, I cut off the tail to make way for a giant rocket booster spewing fire. I think it makes the design a lot more comical, but also more endearing. It feels more like a Pokemon now. I don't know, what do you think? Tindoro, the rocket booster Pokemon. Tindoro's head is too heavy for its body to hold up, so it's often seen dragging it around on the ground. When excited, it propels itself forward with the help of its rocket booster. Because of its combustible backside, most trainers do not find themselves choosing this Pokemon. Instead, Tindoro simply follows children home in hopes that their parents will let them keep it. Those who take a chance on Tindoro will find a truly loyal Pokemon that will follow them wherever they go. Last time, I made it my mission to give just as much love to the middle stage as its other stages. I think it was with the Firestarters that I realized that making a well-designed second stage actually requires a lot more than I thought. I mean, I get it now. Florist was easy, but Boostaur here was a real handful. I had my vision for Tindoro's beginning and end, with no clue how to link them together in the middle. In the end, I was really happy with the Pokemon's design. It may have taken a lot more brain power than the others, but I love it all the same. Making the nostrils horizontal is just chef's kiss. Boostaur is a combination of booster and the tar in Carnotaurus. It's got more elements of a bull in it, with sharp horns and everything. I'm pretty sure it's super obvious by now, but can you guess what the second typing will be? And how about them shinies, huh? Like I said the last time, I want the grind to get a shiny Pokemon to feel 100% worth it, so I put a lot of time in these shiny forms. For Tindoro's line, I was actually very self-indulgent and actually based the color palette off of the villain of a book I wrote a while ago as a little tribute. What do you think? Would you grind for the shiny? And before you try looking, don't bother. I never published it, but who knows? Maybe I'll turn it into an anime like I did with The Last Fire Sprite. Oh wait, is that a segue? Check out the pilot episode of The Last Fire Sprite on my YouTube channel. I put a lot of work into it and I want to make it a full animated series, so give it as much support as you can and share it with others. Alright, back to the Fakemon. Boostaur, the rocket-thrusting Pokemon. Racing across sand dunes at great speeds, Boostaur rides on its intense emotions. It butts its head into whatever happens to cross its path, even its trainer at times of high anxiety. It is difficult for Boostaur to get along with other Pokemon on its team. However, with the right training, Boostaur can learn to manage its emotions and channel them into a greater power. I have something to admit. You may have already been picking up on it. It really looks like I've been putting a seat on the back of these designs. Well, here it is, the culmination of it all, a rocket-powered motorcycle. Yep, that's the concept. And I couldn't be more in love with it. I was looking at those little spikes that I put on Tindoro's legs and thought, what if those turned into those giant exhaust pipes you might see on a Harley Davidson? I think it really pulls the concept together. Plus, I really love the mechanic in some Pokemon games where you can ride your Pokemon. I can totally see the natives of the region tying up their Incarnates outside of shops like a horse. There could even be motorcycle gangs, but they all ride Incarnates. This concept gets better the more I think about it. Incarnate is a combination of the words incinerate and Carnotaurus. And I guess the actual word incarnate as well? I think it's a fittingly epic name for this beast of a Pokemon. I absolutely loved how it turned out. The flames turn into that tail I chopped off at the onset. We've got fire blasting out of its exhaust pipes on its hips and its nostrils. And it also has full-fledged steel horns now. Yeah, steel. It's a steel type. You knew that already just from looking at it. My steel type fiery rocket motorcycle bull lizard. It's just so beautiful. Incarnate, the roaring rocket Pokemon. After embracing the yin and yang of its eternal flame, Incarnate can use its thrusters to empower its charge and turn its flames into a tail to whip its enemies. Its horns are as strong as steel and its flames burn hotter than a space shuttle. Its cushiony back serves as a comfortable seat should a trainer decide to ride Incarnate. Despite its foreboding appearance, Incarnate is a very loving Pokemon. It is intensely loyal to its trainer, regarding them as its best friend and closest family. So what do you think? If you chose Tindoro as your fire starter, are you pleased with its final form? I had so much fun coming up with these designs and sort of writing a character arc for a Pokemon as it evolves. I keep it up with the other two starters as well. We start with the little guy that desperately wants to find companionship, but is rarely, if ever, chosen because of certain traits it possesses. Then we see how these traits create an unhealthy attachment style with their trainer, and finally we see the Pokemon fully matured and at peace with who it is. Let me know if this is something that you would like to see more of, and go watch the Grass Starter video too. Then check back here soon for the Water Starter. This has been the Artsmith, and thank you for coming to the Forge.